love. She is beautiful the way she is. And her jewelry from Windsor is just a reminder.
TheLieByCamera.com.
Your identity is your most valuable possession.
What do you estimate you lost?
$1,400. And there are several ways hackers can get your information.
As cars get smarter, we need to think of them, as you said, it's a computer. You need to clear the computer.
In this special I-Team report, we are on your side with information on how to bulletproof your personal information.
Protecting yourself from identity fraud. The key for scammers is your social security number. The season for it all comes just in time to ruin your holidays. I-Team reporter Sierra Cummings found the administration in charge of your security might have problems with its own.
This call is from the Department of Social Security Administration. The reason you have received this phone call from our department is to inform you that we just suspend your social security number because we found some suspicious activity.
When Social Security calls, you want to listen.
So if you want to know about this case, just press 1 thank you.
But Social Security is not going to call. Yet thousands of identity thieves keep making this one.
This call is from the Department of Social Security Administration.
To me, it's obviously a scam. You've got that recorded computer tone.
While the fake voicemail may have been easy to discern, some theft is still hard to detect.
No idea, to tell you the truth.
Before your identity is no longer just your own.
I got a text message from my Direct Express card, and it said that my balance was below $25, and I was like, that can't be.
Maybe it's a bit fitting this 71-year-old now wants to hide her identity after it was stolen from her. That's not all.
In total, what do you estimate you lost?
$1,400. But the thing that's frightening is that they were able to access my social security number.
They never accessed her home, never even her wallet. She was stripped of value far more than police reports can price. In minutes, we were able to find 4 victims of Social Security or identity fraud across Richmond County. In days, we were able to account for 104 cases across the county, all within the last 5 months. And Gigi Turner with the Better Business Bureau says don't expect it to slow down.
Besides holiday, you're approaching where we're all getting ready for income tax season. The scammers' income tax season is earlier than ours because they want to file before you.
Investigators don't know all the ways the scammers are getting your social security numbers, like in this grandma's case, but once it's stolen, criminals use it to begin filing your taxes while you're still recovering from the holidays. And based off the most recent data from the BBB, it says 30% of scams now are social security ones. To further quantify that, we found Americans lost $19 million this year, and that's just strictly scams related to stolen social security numbers.
It doesn't stop. It's just a prevalent scam, ongoing, and it's like, once it attacks, it comes back again and attacks a whole other group of people.
But if this dim outlook is not scary enough, perhaps even worse, according to the cyber experts,
your information could already be compromised, but has not yet been used. Really, until your information is used, you may not realize that it's been taken.
But part of the problem might not be the scammer hacking your security, it might be the federal security system altogether. The Office of Inspector General released reports in October of the Social Security Administration. The first finding the SSA's security program was not effective, according to Homeland Security standards. The next gives more insight. The goal was to determine whether weak spots were corrected to avoid all kinds of data breaches. The results? Problems from 2018 were still not corrected. The audit noted not remediating certain vulnerabilities for years may put SSA's network at risk of attacks.
The reason you have received this phone call from...
And once it's gone, it amounts to more than just 9 digits. The golden gift for scammers during the season at the expense of yours.
The best form of protection is prevention. You can get credit monitoring or you can freeze your credit. But if you end up being a victim of Social Security identity theft, You can get your information back. It's just a very long road to recovery. So first step, file a report with your local sheriff's office or police department. Next, you file a report with the OIG. And then finally, you have to reach out to the big three nationwide tax reporting companies. And if you need all this information, we'll post it on our News 12 app and WRDW.com. In Augusta, I'm Sierra Cummings, on your side. We live in a smart homes, we talk on smartphones, and yes, we even drive smart cars. And with all of that, we need to be extra smart about protecting our personal information, including the data we store in our vehicles. Our I team looked into how bad guys could use your car to break into your home.
It has adaptive cruise control.
This 2019 Honda CR-V
And it has lane departure.
is pretty smart.
It has a braking system that will brake for you.
It will store your contacts, it will direct you home, it will take you to your mom's house. Other cars will even open your garage door for you. But these modern day conveniences come with a modern day price.
To do all these smart things, it also has to have access to your personal information, right?
It does. We have Android CarPlay, Apple CarPlay.
Andy Jones doesn't play when it comes to his customers' trade-ins.
So you just hit it,
And that cleans out all the addresses and
it
everything.
cleans out everything.
He wipes personal information from every vehicle system before putting it on the lot.
All the people that come in and they trade their cars in, how many of them have actually reset before they've done it?
Almost none.
They automatically reset used cars at Gerald Jones, but not everyone thinks to do that when they list their vehicles for sale online.
For convenience, we store everything just like we do our phone. So you store your address, your mom's address, your best friend's address, your daughter's address. So all those addresses are in there. So if someone gets it and they want to see where you've been, they can ride around, and if they've got the button where the garage is, they can push the button in every house until the garage opens.
Craigslist, Marketplace, and eBay could put your personal information at risk if you don't wipe your vehicle before listing it. So how do you reset your vehicle?
I've got it set on navigation, so I entered the Honda store address here.
Arriving at your destination.
So it says go to home. So when you go where to, it just says you can put search tools, categories, you can go to restaurants, whatever, and then you can add a shortcut to it. So again, like if you want to get rid of that, you go to the home screen, you go to settings, to system, and then factory data reset.
When it comes to your built-in garage opener,
Just hold them down, hold two of them down till it flashes, and that should
Both
do
at
it.
the same time and then it clears it?
Yep, and you should be able to go to your house and hit one and make sure. As cars get smarter, we need to think of them, as you said, it's a computer. You need to clear the computer. You wouldn't hand someone your laptop with your passwords. Don't give them your car with the passwords.
smart advice in a world of smart everything. Liz Owens, on your side. If you can't figure out how to reset your car, stop by Gerald Jones. They say they'll do it at no charge, regardless whether you're there to trade in a car or not. During an election year, we normally think about politics. Identity theft is on the rise in Richmond County. The sheriff's office has already seen identity fraud cases this year, and in 2017-18 combined. We typically think of the victims as adults, but bad guys are also targeting children. As parents, we try to protect our children from all of life's bumps, but it's difficult to keep them safe from what we don't see.
A child's social security number is considered clean. It doesn't have any debt attached to it, no loans or anything like that, which makes it particularly appealing for thieves.
Kevin Link investigates financial crimes in Richmond County. These are the faces of some of the people he's investigated for stealing someone's identity. This year, 203 people have so far reported having their identity stolen. That's up from the 196 cases last year. Some of the victims aren't even old enough to drive.
The focus is mainly that it's an adult that is the victim. And what people don't realize is that children's personal information is out there also.
Nationwide, more than 1 million children were victims of identity fraud in 2017. It cost their families over $540 million in out-of-pocket costs.
When a child is issued a social security number, it goes to all the credit bureaus. So it's there, it's out there. It's just kind of sitting in a dormant stage, right, because it's not being used.
So when we have something like Equifax, like that breach, that's how they.
Right. That's how they were able to get it.
But more often than not, the child knows the person who stole their identity, unlike adult victims of identity fraud.
I have even seen where parents have used their child's social security number to open up lines of credit. And then once they get the credit line open, they don't pay the bill. And they're damaging their child's credit at a very young age before, they can even do anything.
So what can you do to protect your child? First, make sure your child's social security card is stored in a safe place. Never carry it around with you. Next, freeze your little one's credit. To do that, you'll need to mail in a written request to each of the 3 credit bureaus, along with documentation which proves you're the parent, like a birth certificate. You also need to send identification for both you and your child, which could be a social security card or a license.
They don't find out till they reach adulthood.
And a pothole of debt could bring their young lives to a screeching halt. To protect your child, again, you can freeze their credit. To do that, you have to submit documents to all 3 credit bureaus. You must be the legal guardian, and the child must be under the age of 16. The dark web is a hotbed of illegal activity. Even your social security number can be bought. We'll tell you how to protect yourself.
Migraine once, and you'll never forget it.
It's a busy time of year for shopping, and it's busy on the dark web too, where thieves are buying and selling your identity. Our IT's Laura Warren investigated just how much you're worth on the dark web.
The only thing that is certain is death, taxes, and if we can add one more to the list, change. Deidre Turner is a tax associate at H&R Block, and she's been fielding a lot of questions this year about what's changing.
The tax reform is virtually impacting everyone this year with the changes in the tax laws and the rates and the brackets. So it's affecting everyone this year.
If you're hoping to get a tax refund, you're in luck. The average refund is estimated to be as much as 26% higher this year.
The people that are impacted the most are families, homeowners, and residents with high tax states.
And so that's pretty much everyone.
Exactly.
But the bad news, you aren't the only one looking forward to your refund. Thieves are busy buying and selling your ID online, trying to file your taxes before you can.
It's great if you can file early. That way you can beat the fraudsters to the punch.
We wanted to know, how easy is it to buy a social security number online? An undercover law enforcement agent took a look for us on the dark web. With so many recent data breaches, prices are rock bottom, and a terrifying amount of data is available. Here's a post sharing a dark web link to purchase the social security number of any U.S. or U.K. citizen. It reads, most people are in there. Everyone I've needed an SSN for at least have been in there. Also, it's only $3.70 per SSN and instantly received. Too rich for your blood? Another post says, here's a freebie that goes on to list names, social, date of birth, addresses, parents' names, and the list goes on. For free. Need one with excellent credit? No problem. How about an ID with no criminal history? Another freebie. This poor professional car salesman won't know what hit him if someone files his taxes before he can.
We do offer tax identity shield when you come in to do your taxes, and that gives the taxpayer some assurance if someone did steal your identity.
But their best advice, don't procrastinate, because thieves rarely wait until the last minute. Laura Warren, on your side.
'Tis the season for shopping, and our IT team found we could all be paying different prices for the same thing. We'll explain why next.
Rated M.
When we shop online, we all want the best deal. But our Meredith Anderson found there might be a secret code at work, and it could mean we're paying different prices for the very same thing.
It's called price discrimination, and chances are it's happened to you. You just don't know it. Here's how it works. You see something you want to buy, and then you see a price. What you don't see, algorithms using all sorts of things like the time of day, even your location. They also zero in on you using things like your search history, even what kind of computer you're using. If you're shopping on your phone, they know that too. They actually know a lot more about you than you might realize. So our I-team went shopping to see what all this could mean for your wallet. It's a sound we all recognize, but one we don't hear as much as we used to. That's because a lot of this has been replaced by a lot of this. While we're not face-to-face with an actual person when we shop online, that doesn't mean the internet isn't personal. Ever wondered why search engines like Google know you're looking for this apple and not this apple? It's the same reason Netflix can recommend a movie or a show you might like. E-commerce personalization can be very helpful. But the Consumer Education Foundation warns it can be hurtful too. So hurtful, it sent this urgent request to the FTC about secret surveillance scoring. The nonprofit believes these practices violate federal laws. So our I-team did a little practice shopping. And here is our list. A drill from Home Depot, a TV from Walmart, a hotel stay in Atlanta via Travelocity, a pillow from Sears, and a mirror from Wayfair. 10 of us at News 12 put the prices to the test, all going to the same websites and getting different results. The biggest discrepancy came with the mirror from Wayfair. From my desktop computer, I got a price of $47.57, but my phone gave me a price more than $5 cheaper at $42.24. Dakota Watson's price was $54.74 on his phone.
I don't know why you get to pay less for the mirror than I get to pay, so don't see how it's fair. Makes me question things.
But the most expensive came on Hannah Treese's computer screen, $58.24.
Well, just on one thing, so let's say I have that significant difference on everything I'm purchasing, that really adds up.
She also reported the highest price for the TV at Walmart.
Of course I did.
For a December 20th stay at the Four Seasons in Atlanta, the cheapest I could find on Travelocity was $260 a night. Hannah could have booked a room for $244. The Home Depot drill was about the same for everyone, though for some it was $49 even, others had an extra 99 cents tacked on. The only item where we all got the same price, the Sears pillow.
These are just, what, 5 products? So imagine every product you ever look for, whether you're shopping for Christmas or just any kind of gift or just something for around the house.
Our results, not all that different from this study by Northeastern University, even though their sample size was a lot bigger than our little shopping trip. Of the 16 online retailers and travel sites they tested, customers found different results and or prices on 9 of them. That's more than half. And the buck might not stop at just pricing. According to that letter sent to the FTC, secret surveillance could also lead to discriminatory customer service, where algorithms help companies provide better support to customers they consider more valuable. The group also warned scores could trickle beyond buying power and be used to deny people housing and to deny people jobs. And then there's this. Secret surveillance is, well, secret, meaning you can't know your score or even how it's calculated. Essentially, leaving your money at the mercy of a math problem you aren't allowed to check. So what can you do to guard your very real bank account against possible issues with artificial intelligence? Well, for one, shop around, and not just between websites. If you're shopping on a desktop, check it on a phone, or vice versa. You've also probably heard that making your browser go incognito might help. Well, actually, I gave that a try, and it hurt me. I looked up the same flight from the same airport at the same time on the same day, and it was actually $54 cheaper when I was on my regular browser than when I went incognito. Secret surveillance doesn't always have to be a bad thing. Sometimes it can be good for your wallet, too.
You can find all of our I-Team stories on our app and at wrdw.com.